Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. I am going to move the American fleet to port, the third American fleet to port for now, just briefly while it gets properly equipped, because we need to be winning battles over here. We are going head-to-head with the British, and we are naval invading them. We've got significant army military presence in Africa. And there are actually fronts in India that I could be supporting. I'm not currently supporting them, but I could be. I'm trying to stop. I'm really hemorrhaging money here, but we are winning battles to invade Britain. Or we're winning a battle to invade Britain. 25% hold over the home counties. And we're not the only ones. India is naval invading Britain as well. So if we can land our combined forces, that will be a great time. Low organization in the Army of the Pacific Coast. That's not ideal. Looks like we lost a general, Gabriel Toulin. Let me see. This guy is an armed forces guy. We'll put him in charge. We'll increase the strength of this guy to level 3. And that should give them the command capacity they need. I don't wish to invest in Sulu, so I'll go ahead and ignore that. And we got 2 battles. We're decisively winning that one. We are winning that one. So Britain's not going to be invading us anytime soon. We got multiple fronts over here. Can I get to the home counties? Because if I can, this whole thing, if we can, Britain's toast over here. %landing progress. It's going well. India is losing on that zone. This number is really concerning. So what I'm going to do... Alright. So Marcellus Clark, who was the previous head of the Petite Bourgeoisie, lost it. Interesting. To a guy named Richard Whitcomb. That's quite curious. I wonder how that transpired. Richard Whitcomb. But the Republican Party remains united. So this is interesting. This is really interesting, actually, because our armed forces have grown quite strong in our bloc, and I'm feeling pretty pleased about that. Wow, increasing taxation is actually not gonna raise too much more cash from me right now, which is curious. Quite curious. Well, hopefully our large credit limit will be sufficient to ensure victory. We got 2 fronts in Africa that are fighting. Hopefully once we can reduce that number to 1, I can divert one of these armies to India, because I absolutely... Well, the front in India seems like it's going okay. Condemn slavery. Our rival Spain continues to practice slavery. We could easily condemn them on the world stage for this. The fact that this sick, disgusting, and depraved practice is allowed to continue anywhere in the world is a slight against humanity itself. We must condemn the practice strongly and publicly, as soon as possible. We must condemn it. Reduced influence. Spain gets reduced prestige. We don't want to upset them. Intelligentsia salty. We'll condemn it. Oh, that's costing us so much influence. Oh, I don't love it. But it is what it is. Landings are going great. Thus far, India's still winning on their landings as well. Hopefully we can get going where we need to go. All these fronts are looking rock solid. Sierra Leone has bailed. Left the war completely. Weird French chicanery in Guinea. The fickle crowd. The populous base of the yeoman farmers have turned against supporting foreign entanglements. Pressure from within has led the group to distance themselves from the anti-French League. American needs first. The people say no to foreign entanglements and no to foreign treaties. Prosperity at home or chaos abroad. No foreign power can successfully attack a fortified United States of America. It is a mistake to rely on them. They leave the anti-French League. But they must steer clear of these populist ideals. Weaker party. I'm going to say it was a mistake to rely on them. I'm perfectly fine if they're not in the anti-French League anymore. I actually don't have that many more weeks on this. So I think I'm actually going to have to increase my taxation level. That is going to bork my legitimacy, but hopefully it won't be too much of a problem. Alright, we have successfully landed. And we are on front. We are winning battles. So hopefully that should mean the end of the war soon. Happy Days will be here again, and Great Britain will be forced to bail out of the war with nothing to show for it. Nothing. Gosh, we got a lot of fronts over here. Very good. There's a whole thing going on in Dahomey, but I just can't be bothered with it. It doesn't strike me as important, y'all. Dahomey backs down. Well, good. Good for them. They did it. Great success. We're continuing to bash forward in Britain, actually. Let's go ahead and pull... Again, this is a risk, but I'm going to pull the Army of the Great Plains over to Great Britain, because if I can continue to just smash forward over there, I can get everything I want to get without having a problem. Dutch East Indies requests we support their independence. That'd be interesting. You know what? Sure. That's fine. Might not be a great use of our influence, but, you know, it is what it is. We got a lot of occupation progress in these areas, but the enemy is actually winning a battle against us. Not loving that. So we'll see if we can continue to progress forward here in Great Britain. In any case, we are holding their capital, which means they do not have war support protection at this time. So with any luck, we'll be able to force them to... We'll be able to reasonably quickly force them to capitulate. We need to keep an eye out for naval invasions. They're invading Null State? No, how could they do this? Those bastards. Alright, we've consolidated fronts in Africa, so I'm going to put the Army of the Pacific Coast... No, I'm not going to move them to India. I'm going to move them to Britain. The main front is in Britain. This is my map of India. The British are here, we're over here, and the French are over here. Ottoman Empire's bailed out of the war. That's wonderful. Great news. Beautiful news. Force availability in the British front is increasing. You love to see it. Oh, that's a big battle we're winning. Wonderful. And are we winning this one? No, we are not, but that's okay. We've almost got the West Country fully occupied. 85% occupation in the West Country. And we're winning a battle in East Anglia. We got 34% occupation. This huge battle should get us a nice chunk of the Midlands. We've almost got them down to negative war support. We're making good progress. Enemy's actually got more casualties than we've got, which is making me feel really, really good. Alright, so this should get us the West Country. Losing this battle in East Anglia. This battle's going really well, though, so come on, give me the Midlands. Belgium wants to host an embassy. Okay, alright. I'll host an embassy power block. A power block embassy over there. Belgium, that's fine. I'd be delighted. I would be delighted. Alright. 56% occupation in the Midlands. So now, as long as no chicanery happens, it's just a matter of time before Britain is forced to surrender. Bengal wants a trade agreement. Well, I would be delighted to have a trade agreement with... Well, this is awkward. So wait, who's on my side in this war now? Okay, Bengal. Bengal, which is a Sunni Bengali state, which is facing a massive Indian uprising. Okay, interesting. We'll keep that in mind. Things are a little silly right now, but we are continuing to progress forward in Britain. This is a winning battle, so hopefully that puts us in control of the Midlands. We do have a battle going on in Wales as well. Large battle. We are pressing forward over there. Britain has ceased to invade our territory. They are unfortunately going to keep Portugal, it seems like, unless we can get them to capitulate real fast. Because Portugal is fully occupied. Unless, of course, Portugal... Where's Portugal's war support in this thing? My war support's rock solid. Oh no, Portugal's war support's good to go. Oh no, they're at minus 47. Never mind. Alright, so Portugal's going to lose. But hopefully the others... Okay, Australia remains strong. So if we continue to bash forward against Great Britain, we can get everything we want to get. Alright, hell on earth. Workers at the rubber plantations in the American Ivory Coast are being severely mistreated. Mutilation has become a common punishment for perceived failures. They went on to declare, when asked why they had fled, that they had endured such ill treatment at the hands of the government officials and the government soldiers in their own country that life had become intolerable, that nothing had remained for them but to be killed for failure to bring in a certain amount of rubber, or to die from starvation or exposure in their attempts to satisfy the demands made upon them. We cannot slow down production, increase mortality, or launch an inquiry into the conditions of the plantations, reduce throughput. I'm going to launch an inquiry. We're going to get that event a lot because we got a lot of rubber plantations. Beautiful. Oh, we got fronts on fronts on fronts. Come on, give me East Anglia. Give me East Anglia, give me Wales. Give me that which I need to prevail. Boom! Got him. Oh, so good at things. Very nice, very nice. Progressing forward on all fronts. Feeling very happy about that. Oh, get out of here, Great Britain. Beautiful. All right. So, a bunch of territory has been freed. So, Great Britain has now lost, well, India, for one thing. They lost a little bit of territory in Asia and other stuff. Yogyakarta. Oh, no, they kept Yogyakarta. That's interesting. They kept Portugal, unfortunately. But they lost India, and that's very important. And that's worth it. So, I'm going to go ahead and drop taxes back to Midland. Obviously, with our armies demobilized, we'll be in a much better shape financially. I'm going to chill with my current finances the way they are for a bit, just to get myself a little bit of cash back, because at the moment we're doing pretty rough overall financially. Do we have welfare payments? Not meaningful ones. Got a lot of subsidies. Investment pool is going down in size, but not too much. We're not building as much as we could be, but that is okay. So, let's take a moment and review the prestige rankings. So Great Britain has fallen significantly in prestige with the loss of India. That puts the German Empire in the rank of 3rd, and French Republic kind of teetering a little bit over here, significantly below the German Empire. German Empire and British Republic are squaring off together. Obviously, my building a second fleet right in the middle of a giant war has proven, you know, somewhat difficult. Something of a difficult decision. I really need to find ways to increase my income, actually. If I went to proportional taxation, that would increase it, but only by a little bit. But I'm also doing a big capitalism right now, so I'm trying not to go to off of per capita taxation. Hey, Brazil, did you do universal suffrage finally? They did. All right, beautiful. And they're going to laissez-faire. Oh, wonderful. Things are going great over here, Brazil. And also, that's increasing the cohesion of my power block. So, least similar is now Chile. So let's go ahead and get them fixing up their system. If I regime change them, does that actually help me any? Let's do it. Yes, that puts them at Universal Suffrage. Alright, beautiful. Now what about Colombia? Well, it did cost me some cohesion. We are going up in cohesion, though. Alright, alright. This is very good. So actually, our cohesion set point is pretty high. So I'm feeling pretty jazzed about our overall situation. So what's the path from here? From here, I wait a little longer, and I expel Peru Bolivian diplomats. That's going to allow us to finally get our relations down, so that I can liberate Quechua. After that, we wait a little longer. We actually might wait another 3 years and then grab our protectorate over Mexico. That'll give us a chunk of infamy, but not too much. All of our other... Alright, finally Canada is going down in Liberty Desire. That's wonderful. That should be improving things. Relations are cordial. And we're getting the Liberty Desire debuff from knowledge sharing. So that's very good. The reduced subject payments is supposed to reduce Liberty Desire. Anyways, hopefully that'll be fine. Cuba is also going down in Liberty Desire very, very slowly. They're getting independence support from other people, so that's not ideal, but it is what it is. Actually, let's go ahead and... You know what we'll do? We'll support Uruguayan independence. They don't want support for their independence. Wow. We'll see about that, won't we? Well, we're just going to have to deal with it. Yeah, our interest payments are quite low, but I don't want to be so over my limit. Industrialists petition government. They want private health insurance. Oh, that's going to really goof up our standard of living. Representing his constituents in the Industrialists, Theodore Roosevelt has issued a formal petition to the American government to pass private health care. One last matter for the day, sir. Members of your constituency arrived this morning. They're asking rather loudly and insistently if you would meet with them about new legislation. Well, is that it? Goodness, you seem to have seen a ghost. I'm sure I can spare the last hours of the light for them, can't I? I believe so, sir. They weren't taking no for an answer. We'll see what we can do. There's private health care. Or they must understand the situation doesn't allow for this -15 legitimacy. Industrialists extremely mad. You know what? We're doing a capitalist playthrough. Damn the standard of living. We'll see what we can do. International telephone exchange. It's been suggested that by establishing a cross-border telephone exchange with Louisiana, we can improve relations more easily. It certainly cuts down on misunderstandings so we can just pick up the telephone and work out what's going on across the border. Sounds like a great idea. That increases relations. Wonderful. Nice. Hold on a second. These flags are different. What's going on over there? Hold on. What is it? What is this? What is this? Hold on. This is getting... That's getting a screenshot. That's going up. What is going on over there? 3 different flags. Extremely silly. So let's take a look at our power block. Cause without a rebel. Although Luis Shirife is still fighting for his cause, no one is following him anymore. Despondent, Shirife has started publicly remarking that he may give up on his activism altogether. What's the point? Speakers when we have any speak to empty halls and in empty chairs. There's no crowds, no banners. If anyone pays attention at all, they never understand anything we're preaching. What reason is there to stay here? We're all stuck doing nothing. Perhaps you can find greener pastures elsewhere? No time for timidity. The movement needs drastic change. So this is the liberal movement. 20% support, no activism. Yeah, he can go. He can get right out of here, is what he can do. Alright, so, now. If I protectorate Mexico, it's going to be 59 infamy. Which I can live with. Leverage over Nicaragua remains very strong. Colombia is going down in liberty desire. I think I'm going to make them a puppet. But maybe, you know, maybe I'll give them one last chance to fix up their country. Through universal suffrage. Actually, wait. If I... Hold on. If I regime change them... Yes, that does turn them into universal suffrage. Maybe it's you can change the distro power or the governance principles, but not both. Maybe that's the way it goes. Falling in line, the petite bourgeoisie, prominent supporters of the Republican Party, have proposed support for the Anti-French League to become a component of the official party platform. I've considered the risks and I'm willing to push it forwards. The fact of the matter is that voters do not and have never cared for anything outside of our borders. Even if the climate shifts heavily against the French Republic in the coming months, they may still run on internal policy without compromising our more wide-ranging principles. I see the rationale. Nevertheless, I would like to know more before committing to a side. The stance our nation takes must not be informed by the whims of ideologues, but rather hard necessity. The party stands together on this. Intelligentsia joins the Anti-French League, or and be accused of foreign puppeteering. Weaker petite bourgeoisie. I'm going to do the second one. That's just fine with me. I'm completely fine with that. So, let's take a second to look at our market. We're a little short on ironclads. That having been said, I think the private sector has great ability to handle that situation with no problems whatsoever. I am, however, going to be producing more railways, more engines pretty soon. So let's go ahead and go to automatic irrigation for all of the plantations that I've got control over. Including the rubber plantations, which I think I may have already done, but I may not have. Yeah, I've already done those. Alright, so we're going to need additional power plants anywhere we've got significant motor industries. So let's take a quick look at that. Oh, I've got another explosives production method. I didn't even realize. Alright, where's my motor industries? I've got small ones in Pennsylvania, North Carolina, big ones in Michigan, small ones in New York, Virginia, and California. So Pennsylvania, North Carolina, New York, Virginia, California. Pennsylvania, North Carolina, New York, Virginia, California, and then a bunch in Michigan. And then because those will be ready soon, we'll just go ahead and flip these over right away. So that's going to give us way more engines to play with, and that'll be nice. Electric sewing machines. Let's go ahead and click that button, and then we'll do a pass-through. Once these are done, we'll do a pass-through on our electricity needs and see how they're looking. Raising concerns. The petite bourgeoisie have expressed their concerns about government decisions clearly favoring the interests of the industrialists. Choosing is always hard, not because the decision is difficult to make, but because the consequences can be a bit inconvenient. Rumors are spreading like smoke from a factory, staining the clear air of the United States of America with a dense and vicious poison. This needs to be addressed. Happier petite bourgeoisie, angry industrialists. Or they need to accept that we can't always please everyone, weaker and unhappy petite bourgeoisie. I'm going to do the second one. We may, at some point, end up breaking the petite bourgeoisie's stranglehold over our politics. And that would be very nice. With that having been said, the industrialists have demanded the privatization of the healthcare system, and we will oblige them. New Journal, the Metropolitan Railway. All right, so that's an event that'll let us electrify the railways, which I don't think we need to do at this time. Definitely thought about it, but you know, we'll see. And this is not what I would call optimal. It's gonna tank our standard of living, but we're doing a hyper-capitalist run, and this is a hyper-capitalist decision, and this is what's demanded by our industrialists. So I think it just makes good sense from a role-playing perspective that this is what we're about. Well, what do we have here? A liberal revolt in Honduras. Go ahead and send the army of observation. I think I'm also going to establish a slightly larger armed force here. I'm just going to round off these numbers. I think these numbers are annoying, and I want to change them. Yeah, we'll go up to a 15, 10, 5 army. Law debate failed. Well, goodness. Hopefully that won't go too long. Regular army will do the same. So we need 9, 7, and 4. So 9, that's 5. There's 4, then we need 7 in artillery. There's 1. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, and then 4 from the cavalry. 4. So that was the regular army. The army of Florida will do the same. It's long overdue, really. 4 here in Florida, 1 in Georgia, 2 in Alabama, and 2 in Mississippi. 7 more siege artillery, so 1 in Mississippi, 3 in South Carolina, 3 in North Carolina. Hold on. Hold on. Who's getting scrappy in Europe? Oh, this is Kathiri. I couldn't possibly get involved. Bahrain? None of my business. France is going after Kutai? Not my problem. Oh my goodness, we got another revolt incoming. A Guatemalan proletarian revolt. Alright, I think we'll actually be able to deal with that with the army of observation once this war is finished. So, wow, we got a study on 8%. That's incredible. Alright, so I don't need to necessarily do anything special with that. And then we need 4 more levels of cavalry for the Army of Florida. And then Army of the Pacific Coast will round up this other stuff. Yeah, we'll just go up to 10 and... We're a little bit over on infantry, but that's not actually a problem. We'll just be a little bit low on cavalry, and that'll be fine. And those should get built really fast. So, and have we got hold of the country? Nearly. Co-belligerent default. Well, that's not a shocker. Alright, beautiful. Now the Army of Observation is on their way to Guatemala. Perfect. We didn't need to mobilize an additional army. That's excellent. Oh, so efficient. Oh, the great efficiency of capitalism. And Third American Fleet is almost completely finished hiring, which is great. Because that'll give us a lot of power projection. Our power projection is rock solid right now. but that'll give us even more of it, and that'll be really nice. Relations are improving with Cuba, and that has made our power block orchestrated, which is wonderful. I'm feeling rock solid. This is a run going just great. Also, we've broken British power in... oh my gosh, Bengal won against that huge Indian revolt. That's unbelievable. How did you do it? Wow. Government of the Bajralaks with 1% popular support. Whew. Good luck to you, Bengal. We'll see if they can pull it off. That being said, that is all the time we've got for this episode, my nerds. I have had fun. I hope you all have had fun, and I'll see you on the other side.